Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Charissasealey, and on this channel I make content all about faith, love, and lifestyle. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So if you guys are ready, I definitely ready. Lovey. So guys, welcome back. This week's video is going to be something a little different. Now, to be honest, we had something different planned for this week's video, but that didn't quite work out thanks to a little bit of miscommunication on my part. That's my bad. And then I had another topic idea I should say. But today actually I was supposed to do a lot of things before recording, and nothing worked out. So it ended up turning into an unplanned day of rest. And honestly, guys, it has been one of my favorite days thus far. And I'm not even kidding. I didn't do anything special. I was in my room for the most part. Like, there was nothing spectacular about it, but I just spent time with God, like just being, in close proximity with Him, just doing some devotions and spending quiet time. And then, because I was in my room resting, literally taking a nap, and when I got up and I was doing some more work and stuff and preparation for the video and everything like that, I was like, yo, there's something, I felt like a peace that I haven't felt in a minute. Not that I haven't been with God and life has been crazy, but it's been different. Today I felt genuine rest and genuine joy because of that rest. And it got me thinking, like, how many of us are lacking in that area. Now, for me, this week has been super hectic with work and rehearsals and just my personal, things that I need to get together, working out and all those things. It just seems like, you're going on clockwork. This week we had to leave home a little bit earlier, so I was up super early. I mean, been up super early, but like super, super early in my humble opinion, to get ready to go to work, and then traffic on the way back, and you're tired and this and that, and then remembering all your obligations. And I remember, like, during this week just kind of feeling a tad bit overwhelmed, but not really overwhelmed, I would say, but I was just aware that a lot was happening. And then this weekend, like, I had so many things to try to work out for ministry wise in terms of my church. And as you guys would know, I'm in charge of the worship ministry at my church, and so for events that they may be having or any programs that they may run, any kind of special occasion, and just like our weekly services and stuff like that, I'm the one who kind of rosters people, who prepares song listing and all those things. And it was just like nothing was working out here. Like, everybody, my church, I'm like so grateful for my leadership and everything like that, and my ministry is not lacking in terms of people who are capable of leading. We have like at least about 6 people who could do worship, myself included, in terms of leading worship and stuff like that. So we're usually not in a pickle in terms of getting people to do things, but it was just like everybody was having a hectic week this time. And so in preparing for that, it was like, okay, nothing is working out here, and I am freaking out. I don't know what to do. At this point in time, it was just like nobody was really putting any unnecessary burden on me in terms of to get things together. But I was just feeling like I wasn't holding up my end of, the responsibility in terms of what I was called to do. And then God did His thing. He worked it out. Like, things just fell into place. I didn't hear any complaints thus far. I mean, I'm praying that there will be no complaints. But like, I was literally stressing out myself, like just internalizing the situation, trying to play out the best case and the worst case scenario. And it seemed like the worst case scenario was winning. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. And it wasn't my amazing organizational skills that saved the day. It was God's intervention, because literally I had no idea how it was going to work out. So all these things were playing on my mind. And so today was not going to be a different day. In fact, I had kind of made arrangements that, all right, if things worked out in a particular way, I would have gone and, kind of taken up the slack and all of that. None of that worked out. I can even work out for like, I usually work out 3 times a week. I didn't work out, I worked out once because in rehearsal, I pull a muscle in my neck. How to even do that? I wasn't even singing, y'all. I was just talking with people, and it's just like, and so even now, like I still can't, because but by the time this comes out, I should be fine. So all of that kind of canceled my workout plan, so it forced me into rest. So this morning, I got more sleep, I should say, and I just spent quiet time with God. And I know that was like a lengthy like prelude, so thanks for staying till this part. But I just wanted you guys to kind of have like a real understanding how life is. And I can imagine that so many of you guys who watch my videos may be going through the same thing. I know for a fact that I have people who watch my videos that are parents in young marriages, and people who work in like the main breadwinners of the home and doing everything for themselves. And that calls for a lot from us. And so I don't take it for granted that you'll take 15, 20, half an hour, like, all that short amount of time to like watch my videos to really get something meaningful. And today, the simple message that I have for you guys is that we need to rest. Not because we and not rest in terms of like getting hours of sleep, which is also very necessary. Guys, you need to get 8 hours a night. I'd like make it happen. Okay, let's try for 7, because sometimes that 8 just do workouts. 6? Okay, no. 7. Okay? Yeah, like the actual resting is something that we need to do, but it goes beyond that. So I have my trusty notebook here, and as I said that, I was thinking of Blue's Clues. Good handy dandy notebook.
Well, we sit down in a thinking chair and think.
Because when you use your mind, take a step at a time, you can do anything that you want to do. Okay, I just need to get out of my system. Okay, great. So I have my notebook here. I just have a few pointers that I wanted to make sure that I remembered. So the first thing is to recognize its importance to God, because sometimes it could be seen as, not seen as by other people necessarily, well, actually it can be, but sometimes we could feel like it's a selfish thing to do in terms of resting when they have so much things to do. It's like, sis, you ain't God, broski, also for my guys out there, none of we is God. So we cannot do everything. And even the things that he has given us to do, we can't do them all at the same time, my darling. So we have to recognize the importance of rest to God. So in Genesis 2, after God had created the heavens and the earth, he did his thing. We see that he took the 7th day as a day of rest. And that's what some people call the Sabbath. And that's a whole nice conversation. But one of the things that we need to point out here is that God didn't take a day of rest because he was tired. God is almighty, all powerful, like he's everything literally. And so he doesn't need rest. Rather, it was an example of how we should live. So if God is showing us, even from the inception, literally the beginning, the genesis of creation, that we need to take time to rest and to reflect. Rest from physical work, rest from, mental work, and really just focus time on like spending quality time with him, just worshiping him and unwinding from the things that we have had to do. God is showing us that from the beginning, and so we can't take that lightly. We can't take it as something that doesn't have like weight to it. And if you want even more proof, we go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 8, where it's literally one of the commandments. Boom, right there on the screen. That we need to take time to rest and a time for Sabbath. And while like I've noticed over the years that whether you take your Sabbath as a Saturday or a Sunday is one thing, but the weekend in general, because usually those are when Saturday or Sundays considered the weekend, has become increasingly busy in modern society. So before I feel like growing up, you would just see like stores closing earlier or stores not opening at all on the weekend, especially Sunday, I should say. Like you couldn't find nothing open on a Sunday growing up. And now it's just like you don't need to cook lunch because like everywhere open. You could order stuff. You could go and shop on a Sunday. I mean, it is be less hours, but still. So people are working every day of the week now, and so that sense of just reverence and quiet and peace and stillness and reflection is being lost more and more and more. And the thing is, we can't necessarily reverse time and go back and say, all right guys, you'll have to close your stores or whatever. It's up to us as individuals to take a stand in terms of, listen, we need to rest, we need to pause, because this is what God has called us to do, and this is the time we need to spend with our heart posture just towards Him. The second thing I want us to remember is that we should not be guilted into giving it up. We should not allow people and whatever other elements to make us feel guilty for requiring rest, for needing rest, for desiring rest, for taking rest. Too often, and I feel like a lot of Christians and people who are what we call workaholics, people who just keep going and going, parents, who are the bread and butter of their, are the breadwinners of their home, always going out, always working, always on the go, trying to get organized things for their children so that their children have a better life. It's like taking a rest, just pausing, could be such a guilty experience, and it shouldn't feel like that, to the point where you can't even enjoy the rest because you're so busy thinking about what you have to do next and how it's looking to whosoever that you're taking this time to pause. Don't be guilted into not taking your rest, because a lot of people, if you're working, you probably heard this already, where it's like, listen, work not done, if you drop down dead, and this is the truth, if you drop down dead, somebody's going to take your position. They will mourn you, they will send out an email saying, thank you, we want to reflect on this person's life and their contribution to this workspace and yada, yada, yada. They might help her with the funeral, but the work will continue. So we have to realize that we need to take care of ourselves and hold on to that period of rest. It is for our well-being. And it is not a selfish thing to do, especially when done correctly. Rest is not ignoring your responsibilities. It's not pretending that you have nothing to do and just living life crazy. Rest is a time of reflection. So the next thing I want to say is that we should not use excuses, which ties into not being guilted into giving up your rest time. So I have here things like ministry, family, work, etc. I put ministry first because as a Christian and as somebody who sees the importance of ministry, the necessity of ministry, for a long time, it's taken me a long time, and it's still a journey, I should say, in terms of being able to say yea or nay to certain opportunities, ministerial opportunities and obligations and stuff like that. Because you could feel like, okay, I can't rest. You remember when I was sick and I was like, okay guys, I'm going to take a couple weeks a couple weeks away. It was a hot mess. Like, your girl was still going. I mean, thankfully, like, I was doing less because, like, I physically just couldn't. I was literally sick. But it shouldn't reach the point of sickness being the reason that you're resting. Don't make excuses. Take the time that you need. One of the things I also have here is that we operate best when we spend time in quiet communication with God, like spending quiet time with God. Why I said today was one of the best days that I've had in a long time. It's just that I just felt so close to God. I felt like such joy that I literally, if I could just like bottle up that joy and like send it to each and every one of you guys, like I would do it. That's how I was feeling. It was just like, yo, Lord, please, like, help me let other people see the importance of this. Help me project this in a meaningful, authentic way. This is not like some pretense. This is not, okay, you're putting on a show for cameras and yada, 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 and for the people, and you know, everybody want to see you happy and ting, ting, ting. It's not, I'm not like happy, like, okay, I want to jump up and down and run up and down the road and like, or whatever we think happiness may be like you want to go out and lime and whatever the case is. Like, that was one of the most joyful experiences I had in a long time. It was just being quiet with God and hearing Him speak to me through His word, reminding me. So because of that and the importance of rest and the joy that I found today in that quiet time with God, I was inspired to do, I want to call it a challenge, but you know, everything is like hashtag this challenge, rest, you rest. So we call it the rest challenge, right? And I'm going to take the next 7 days. We started with 7 and then we will continue, and I want to invite you guys to do this with me. And every single day, I want us to take 15 minutes to a half an hour, just 15 minutes to half an hour out of your day to spend quiet time with God. Now, this is outside of your devotion. This is outside of, you know, whatever you may read throughout the day. This is separate and apart. I want us to go outside if you can. If you're in a place where you could just, if you have a yard or something, like you could just spend time and it's, you know, conducive to you being outside. If you could go to a quiet place, maybe you have to go to a library or go and take a walk or anything where you just, there are no responsibilities, whether you're a parent, a teacher, a student, you take this time to just listen to what God has to say to you, to just connect with Him. Just be like, yo, Lord, this is our time. Show me what you want to show me. And even if I don't see anything right now, like, just thanks for the rest. Just 7 days, we're starting with 15 minutes to half an hour every single day. It'd be cool if we could do it the same time every day, just for a sense of, you know, creating a habit. I know that might be more challenging for people, but once you purpose in your mind to at least, you know, to make sure that you give of that time, and listen, this is not 15 minutes to half an hour of you just lying on your bed, like, because you will fall asleep, because I would fall asleep, because we is tired out in these streets. So we need to be up or like sitting or something, like we're in a aware, in a position that will keep us aware, right? And let me know how, if you receive anything from God, like if it has impacted you. And you can follow me on social media. If you follow me on social media, and if you're not following me on social media, you should do that so that you can message me and let me know how it goes. Or you could comment under this video. You could come back to it and let me know. Or maybe I guess the next video you could be like, Carissa, I did the challenge, blah, blah, blah. And according to how it goes, we could extend it. So we're calling this the rest challenge. I want us to remember that it's important to God, so it should be important to us. It is not something trivial. It is not something we should take lightly. It is something that we need because we are human. We are not divine creatures. We are human beings, and therefore our bodies need time to get itself together. So I told you it'll be different. I told you know, that it will be a short, I can't remember if I said it will be a shorter video. I think I told you Vaughn will be a shorter video. But guys, I mean, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope that it gave you some encouragement, that you're inspired. Go into the word some more and look at other instances where God calls us to rest, and the joy we find in him in those moments, and the peace and the hope and all those good things that we find in him. And if we are too distracted by everything that's happening around us and we don't take time to meaningfully unplug, we will find ourselves, even if we're doing work for the Lord, tired, exhausted, and not receiving the fullness that we could receive from him. So if you all enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and of course share it with somebody you think may enjoy it as well. If you'd like to follow me more, if you'd like to send me a message, you could, or contact me in some other way, you can email me, and my email will be on the screen. Boom, right there. If you'd like to follow me on social media, my IG handle will be on the screen for you to follow me at. Remember, we're doing the rest challenge this week, and be sure to participate in this rest challenge and let me know how it works out for you guys. So, I mean, that's all she wrote, but until next time, we have awesome things in store for you all, so stay tuned and keep it popping for Jesus, because without him we'd be a hot what? Mess. Not cute. Not what? Cute. Alright guys, see you all. Bye.